Today we're going to be replacing the battery on a 2006. It's a Cadillac. It's an STS. Most of the Caddies are all very similar to this. The battery is actually located down underneath here, and you can tell because you'll have your negative and your positive marks right up on the top here. First thing you want to do to access the battery is just take these little clips out right here. You unscrew them, and they just come right out like this. And you just take this cover here off like that, and just relocate it to the side for now. And the battery is actually located down underneath here. So a couple things you're going to need to do, I'm going to show you. What we're going to do is we're going to remove that bolt down in here. It's a 13mm bolt that holds the battery down. We're going to remove the cable here and here. You just pop these covers off here and here to access the bolts, and you can remove them. But before we do that, I want to try to save the memory and the radio and everything else on board, so we don't lose the information that's in the radio right now. And the way you do that is you need to have a it's a memory saver or a battery box or anything like that that you can plug into the accessory port of the car. What I'm using is a jump start box, and it's a double-sided cable that plugs into the accessory port on the car itself. And then we just take this and you plug it right here into this, where your cigarette lighter, where your accessory port would be. You plug it right in there, and then you'd need to have the key in the on position. And now we can go outside, and we're in the accessory position. We can go outside now. All right, now we can go outside and we can disconnect the battery and save the memory. So let's go back outside right now. Okay, now that we're back outside, we're going to disconnect the battery and we're going to replace it with the new battery. Now the only thing you have to keep in mind is that you are working with cables that does have power in the cables. It's not going to be a no power once you disconnect. All right, first thing you want to do is you want to disconnect your battery hole down. It's a 13mm belt. So you just unscrew it and take it right out. This later on. Next thing you want to do is you want to disconnect your positive and your negative cables. Always take off the negative first, positive last. Take off this cover here, and we're going to reuse it again. I'll show you in a second what you got to do to get this off. These little clips on the side right here, you have to push these in and then you can pop the top right off of the battery this side. You can have it disconnected, so you can just take it all right out. And then you just replace the new one. Reattach your hold down bracket that you previously took out. Snug it down, it doesn't have to be real tight. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put that cover back on it we previously took off. And then just push it back in there. And you can line those pieces on the side back up and just snap them right in. Right down on the side right there. You can see where they just snap right back in there. And now we'll reattach our battery cables. We're going to reconnect our positive cable first. Screw it in by hand as tight as you can. And then you can slide it down with your tool. If you have something that's got a rubber shield on it, that's great. If not, use a wrench. Just be careful not to touch anything else. And then reconnect our negative cable. And screw it in by hand. And once you have it screwed down as far as you can, and once you have it screwed down, then you can tighten it up, snug it in, and then put your covers back on. They just push right over the top. Same thing here, push it right over the top. And that's it. We're going to put our coupler back on, and we're going to wrap this job up. The cover just goes back on like that. Line your pins up that you previously took out, and you push them down, and that's it. Battery's in, tightened up, and if you did everything right with that jump start box or the battery saver, you should have saved the memory in the car. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. If you have any questions or any comments, drop me a line. Thanks for watching.